From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Underdog Racing League. After wrapping up a championship 1 week ago, tonight we return for our biggest loser event here live from the Speedway here in Atlanta. It's going to be biggest loser tonight here on Extreme Sim TV. All the drivers that did not win a race out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway to compete for 100 laps. And in the booth with me here at the moment, our champion, Jason. You got a copy? Doing good, man, but it's going to be a fun one tonight, buddy. Now, we're already getting ready to go green here because I was a little late due to some technical problems, but what would you do if you was out here tonight, Jason?
Just depending upon where you start. I think you just got to kind of be smart, kind of ride around for a little while, log off some laps, 100 laps. So just try and set yourself up for the end of the race and try and stay out of trouble.
Now, we know the New Atlanta, and the New Atlanta is kind of a plate style package, right? And that's the thing that guys run into. What does that change your mentality as far as how you take care of the car now that you don't have to worry about tires and whatnot?
It really does. You just got to be smart. You don't have to worry about the tires. You just gotta kind of watch what's going on around you, and if you got to bail out and get to the back because you know they're getting a little too dicey, that's sometimes what you got to do.
Well, we're off and away, and look at Mike out front already. Now, he was able to get a pretty good jump there, but like you mentioned there, Jason, with this draft package, they're going to pull right back up to his back bumper here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just kind of how these cars are. I think they updated the suck up package on these things, so it'll be interesting to see how big of a run people get.
Yeah, it will be. I know during Daytona week, at least, it was pretty good suck up there in that bubble, 3 wide, middle of the pack. Stenard right there in the middle of that pack. That's a driver I'm kind of surprised to be out here in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. This season was really cool to see a lot of these guys that ran up front. We saw different guys up front every race, so it really got interesting. Justin is a good competitor, a hard racer, and he's had speed all year long. So hopefully we'll see if tonight's his night.
Exactly. Right now, Corey Hansler trying to get it done up front 2x2. Now, I don't know if I was out there if I'd be racing this hard quite yet. It's awful early.
We're competitors, right? I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to race, and it's hard to put the reins on the horse because you just want to get up front and lead some laps and have a shot at the win.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, the hard part of it all. But I tell you what, up front, the 35 dropping back at Justin, but up front, Mike and Corey side by side. Here we go with the draft on the top. Look at that, Jason. They really got a good run through the tri-oval.
Yeah, I was really curious to see what it would be like with this draft package. It seems like the closing rate's pretty big and you get big runs.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Here we go, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Now, it's 100 laps tonight. Is there still 3 wide through the middle here? Is the 7? That got tight.
Yes, it did. It got real close there.
Oh, somebody out of shape. Oh, Dane Moyer trying to hang on to it. Boy, that gets hairy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. And that's Dennis Steele, Jason, that's involved in this one. I believe that's Dennis that was involved. Wow.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Bad. It looked like the 76 just went up, never turned. Brad Ringer. And
I don't know. Maybe it was the deal he broke a suspension part, bounced it off the wall or something, but it looked like it just went straight going in the corner.
And I was just getting ready to bring up to you, and it's funny that the yellow comes out, right? But I was getting ready to bring up to you the fact that how narrow the new Atlanta really is in comparison to a Daytona and Talladega.
It is. It's extremely narrow, and with this pack racing, and you're white knuckled the whole time, especially 2 wide. But then when you go 3 wide, it gets real dicey.
Yeah, and that's to me the scary part, right? You don't have the room to maneuver that you would have at a Daytona or Talladega, and that just scares the far out of me, really, as a driver.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. One little dance of the car or whatever, and pretty soon you'll be in the wall.
Well, while we got a yellow here, Jason, let's talk about expectations for season 2 for you, sir. Coming back next season, obviously, to defend that title. What's your thoughts there, and what do you think you're going to have to do to walk away with another championship in a few weeks?
Oh, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of guys running competitively every week. You're going to have to be up on your A game. The schedule came out. It looks like it's a wide variety of racetracks, so I think we'll see the same thing we saw this year. We're going to see different guys up towards the front. I think it's going to put on some good racing.
Well, and again, obviously Extreme Sim TV back on board for another season. We kind of knew that was going to happen for a while. I'm not sure if the drivers knew it, but that had been planned weeks ago, really, that I was coming back. Looking forward to it with Underdog as always. Of course, we got next week off. We're doing that night race in those Cadillacs, or I think they're the Cadillacs. And I think they're doing it here in Atlanta. And I know I'll be racing in that shindig next week.
That's exciting. Yeah, I'm actually getting ready to go on vacation, so I'm going to be off the grid here for a couple of weeks. So Gonna kind of enjoy some R&R, and when I get back, we'll be back at it for another season. But it'll be exciting to see you guys out there next week and how that goes.
Well, where are you headed for vacation, dudes, buddy?
I'm going on a cruise here for I think it's 10 days. So
Nice.
I'll be out in the middle of the ocean with an umbrella drink. So I'll be enjoying myself for sure.
So I found a vacation spot, man. While we're under green or under yellow, we can talk about it real quick. So you remember the old steam engines, right? And like the old
absolutely.
passenger cars. So it's in the
Yep.
Smoky Mountains. You pay one price, and you're on a steam engine locomotive train with passenger cars for 3 days. You go all over the Smokies and shit like that.
Wow, that sounds really. I bet you see a lot of history.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's very enjoyable.
I know they reenact like a train robbery, so that'll be great. With
Oh, good
horses and
deal.
the whole 9 yards. Maybe
awesome.
maybe I'll have to get me some of those 6-shooters with those little plastic caps that make noise to get involved with that.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, if I'm getting train robbed, I'm shooting back. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you.
Oh, man. But right now, we'll get ready to go green. You got Carl up front, Corey, Mike, Brett, Dane Moyer, and Justin Stennard right there, ready to go. And what do you think? How many new paint schemes will we see next season, man?
Oh, you'll see a lot of them, and you'll probably see many on one car in the season. So these guys like to change their paint schemes, and it's really cool to see the different paint schemes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everybody asks me, they'll message me, do you care if I run a new paint? And I'm like, run as many as you want, pal. Go for it.
Absolutely.
As long as all the cars don't look the same, I'm good.
Yeah, that would be tricky, right?
That would be tricky. We're going to come to green here. Folks, we're getting ready to go back racing action here in Atlanta for the biggest loser here tonight. And Carl out front, of course, Matt and Jason right now in the booth with you. Your rating and defending champion. Okay, I'm not as good as Paul Heyman, but I'm close. I was going to give you the Brock Lesnar treatment, but it didn't work. Zach right there as well. Now, where would you want to be here on this restart as we come back up to speed?
Well, I think, being out front, obviously you got the clean air, and you're out in front of the pack, so that's a pretty safe area to be. But if I'm back in fourth, fifth position, I'm just going to kind of be patient, just kind of ride behind the guy, let everybody kind of fall on the line, and just kind of log laps. Like I said earlier, it's 100 laps. So.
Oh boy! Oh bananas! Oh bananas! Brett just about got turned around.
Yes, he did.
Look, I'm trying to watch my language on air. I've been accused the last few weeks of maybe using it a little too much. So, we're trying to be PG friendly somewhat. But bananas, that was close.
It was extremely close. And that's just how fast things happen. I mean, you're in a pack like that. You don't even realize that you're 2 or 3 wide or even 2 wide. It happens so fast, especially.
Speaking of fast, dude, we've already knocked 10, 11 laps out of this thing. Again, only a 1.5 mile racetrack compared to Daytona and Talladega, 2.5 miles. We're going to knock through these 100 laps in a hurry.
Yeah, we will. We do have a stage caution at lap 47. They got 3 sets of tires, so it'll be interesting to see how that strategy works, and if they can make it from that stage to the end stop. So it'll be interesting to see. I think there'll be some strategy if this thing goes green.
Rewind still in the middle is Corey, I believe, stuck in the middle right now in this party around with Mike. Mike's actually the car in the middle here. Man, they're hanging in there.
Yeah, Mike's a good competitor. He's been with the league in the past, and he's fast. He's smart. He saves his tires, saves his car. Of course, tires aren't a factor tonight, but he normally runs up in the front of the pack every race.
Yeah, exactly. He's still 3 wide right now. Beautiful run down the back straightaway. Whoa. Mike just about chopped the nose off of, I believe that was the 69 machine of Corey, and they worked it out pretty quickly. Man,
yeah, they did. That's good. That's all about. That's what it's all about. It's just about recognizing what's going on around you, and you might have to lift and stuff like that, but you need to do that to be able to survive and make it through the race.
And I know we're racing right now, but sim racing gets a hard name, man, about not being accurate. I'll be honest, the skills that I've learned in iRacing has saved me in real life on the roads a couple of times. They really have.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And even from my past of doing actual racing, real life racing, this sometimes is a little bit harder. Just because you don't have that feel of the car, and also I find it a little bit harder to know what's going on compared to the real life stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you, I drive on a daily basis a little Chevy S10, and it's really oversteer sensitive. So iRacing's been good for me, I think, in that regard.
Absolutely.
Right now, Thomas there. Yeah, they are. They are getting her done. Moyer on the top side. Justin Stenard. Everybody wants to be the biggest loser here tonight.
And any one of these guys can win. These guys are all fast.
Now, it's called the biggest loser. Do we have a scale in victory lane? Is that what we're doing here tonight?
We might have to come up with something, I guess.
Well, as much as they're pooping their pants out here right now tonight, maybe they'll lose some weight.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to pull the seat cover out.
Exactly. Stenard out front leading, Moyer second. Ringer there in third. There's old Brad Ringer trying to move forward. He'll use the top side. Looking at it here. Too wide down the back straightaway in Atlanta. And look at Justin, aggressive move to the bottom. I don't know about that,
I think you'll see. I'm sure that Brad and Justin are trying to get together to work together at some point. They're kind of teammates, so I think that they're trying to find each other right now.
I think so too, but I think part of the problem is we talk about the difference, right, in Atlanta and here and etc. Atlanta, Daytona. We got a problem. Oh noes. Wah wah wah. That is going to be Brett Summers. And I think that is soundboard worthy. What do you think, sir?
Absolutely.
Let's see if I got it in here. Nope, I don't have it. Daggone it. I got to update my soundboard. Let's take a look at what happened. Yes, I'm introducing soundboards for this season, by the way. It should be fun. Oh, just a left hook, right in the outside wall.
Yeah, it's hard to see what happened there. I'm assuming they have a fast repair, so hopefully he'll be able to get it fixed up, get back out there, but hard to see exactly what happened on that.
It looks like they were just side by side, and maybe they both came up and down at the same time here.
It looks like whoever, I didn't catch who that was on the outside, but it looks like they might have come off the wall just a little bit, and I think maybe he was expecting them to stay up against the wall. I think
I think
kind of
so.
came together there.
Yeah, because on board here on that 7 machine of bread and things.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough break.
Tough bananas right there, man. Well, I tell you what, under yellow once again, and Mike there out front. And for you guys watching, I hope the stream looks better for you tonight. I've been upgrading some things. It became that time there, Jason. I had to upgrade some RAM.
Every once in a while we got to do that.
I've been at 16 gigs forever, and I ran a show last week, and I was pretty much maxing out my RAM, and I'm like, yeah, it's time. I've got 32 now, so that'll help things. I'm probably just going to go.
Right now we got Mike out front, right? Zach in second.
Yeah, Mike and Zach. Then you got Carl, Steven, Jake Williams, Brad Ringer, Justin Stenard, Moyer, Cody Dorsey, Dennis Steele, Christopher back here as well. I think it's going to round out the top 10. Nope, that's your top 11. So there you go, your top 11 here tonight. I'm actually impressed with the racing we've seen so far.
Yeah, no, it's been. I didn't expect anything less. This place is really, now that they've redone it, has made it to where it's pack racing, and it's always exciting.
Well, I've been kind of critical of Atlanta, right, in them rechanging it. And we know Texas is getting ready to get reconfigured, and if I'm putting bets, I'm probably going to say it's going to go Atlanta's way. being kind of this package. Wouldn't you kind of agree there?
Yeah, I think so. I think that from a from the real life perspective, these drivers don't like going to Talladega and
Well, I've
Daytona
been
because
kind
of the
of,
pack racing and just the unknown. But I think from the fan perspective, I think it's made for really exciting racing. I can kind of see some of these racetracks going that direction.
yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, I think we're in the entertainment age more than we are in the racing age. And you being a racer, get what I'm trying to say there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
What's good for the racer ain't always good for the entertainment value.
Oh yeah, and I get it. You know, we need to keep these fans going to the racetracks and keep the racetracks going. So
Exactly.
we need a package that puts on some good racing and exciting racing, and sometimes that's what you got to do.
Mike right there alongside getting ready to go green. And for you folks at home during the yellows tonight, as long as Jason's in here, we'll have some great conversations about just some random racing topics because, well, it's interesting, especially when you get a guy that's been watching like me. Of course, Jason actually drove a car. Hey, I raced too. I drove a hearse one night in a banger series race. I legitimately
Ooh,
drove a hearse. It happened. I'm not going to say how many
put that on
times.
your resume.
I'm not going to say how many times I went a lap down.
Hey, you're out there having fun, getting
Exactly.
ready to go green.
Here we go. Coming to green this time back. And good jump again for Mike. He's
Yeah, Mike got out
getting
there.
some. Oh, he blinked there for a second. Wow. That could have been bad. He'll jump back in line. But see, that jump don't help you. They just come back to your bumper. It doesn't.
Well, and that's the thing on these speedways. You don't want to get out too far. You'll get guys that'll get a run on you. But it looks like top three kind of separated themselves a little bit.
They did, but I wonder later in the race, we get a really. Oh, we got problems turning Ford Stenard out of shape. This is going to be a
Oh,
big one. Oh, boy. Oh, no. And, well, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, but they had to slow it back down. Well, this has kind of
go
been
back and
Stenard.
take a look.
Well, man, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't know what to say other than a complete and utter cluster of a mess here off of turn 4. Wow, was that Moyer that tried to avoid another car and got up into the Stenard, which gets into the 21 of Christopher and then turns them both around down the front straightaway. Boy, that was a mess. The nines involved to Cody Dorsey.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of went three wide there for just a split second.
Yeah,
Maybe
just for
dinging. I mean, that's all it took. It's just that little wiggle, and he got up into Justin.
yeah, man, and big incident. So, funny enough, we're back under yellow, and we just talked about the racing thing. You see Stenard's hard impact, Jason. A buddy of mine that I'm friends with just messaged me on Facebook. He goes, "If you want to drive a real car, I'll let you take my late model out for a few laps." I'm like, "Yeah, I might have to take you up on that offer."
Oh, absolutely. You need to jump on that one.
Exactly. Mike gonna come down. He'll come in for fuel and tires. So, Mr. Pensler, sir, how long have you been in the iRacing community?
I think I signed up for iRacing. It would have been 2007 or 8, maybe even 6. I'm not sure. Um, Did it off and on for quite a while, and then I took a little break, and then kind of jumped back into it here probably about 3 years ago. Pretty hardcore, not hardcore, but I get on here as much as I can, as long as the schedule allows. I guess I should say.
Well, there you go. The one thing that I like to promote about iRacing is, yes, we have our moments as a community, and we have our arguments, and we have our outliers like any other community. But for the most part, everybody's very supportive.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're competitors, right? And things happen, mistakes happen. I've made them. Everybody's made them, and it can get frustrating. But at the end of the day, we're on here to have fun. And that's the biggest thing that I try and keep in my head is just, hey, we're out here having fun, win, lose or draw. You're going to have rough nights, and it's no different than your 9 to 5 work, right? You're going to
Right.
have good days, you're going to have bad days.
And that's like I like to promote this because I come into iRacing, Jason, a NASCAR only fan, right? Not only fans, but a NASCAR only fan. And because of iRacing, the amount of auto racing I now enjoy is through the roof. Just for a little bit, I got into dirt oval stuff because of iRacing, right? I owe that to iRacing. I also got into the off-road trucks, short course trucks, because of iRacing. And I think that's a big selling point for this platform.
Oh, absolutely. Because you're able to kind of compare it, right? You're able to go on here and do it, and then you're able to go to your local short track or your local dirt track, local truck course, whatever the case might be, and kind of relate a
Yeah.
little bit to what you do on the sim.
I mean, I can go watch an off-road truck race on Flow Racing and understand kind of what they're doing, right? I'm not outside of my element anymore. You know, we're going to get ready to go back green here, but who would be your pick out of this field of drivers to have a breakout season next year?
Oh boy, that's tough. I mean, there's a lot of guys on that list. I think Dane really ran well this year. I think that he, coming back again next year, same car, same everything. I think that he'll run well. You got Brad Ringer, he runs well. Justin had a good year this year. He had speed. He didn't necessarily get the finishes that he was looking for, but he had the speed. So I think if guys like that can clean some stuff up, I think they've got a shot at a good season.
As we go back to green here, I'm going to go a step further here. Moyer makes the playoffs this year, and maybe the Final Four.
That is not a long shot at all, for sure.
Oh,
back under green here.
Back under green. Zach, Brad Ringer, Dennis Steele,
now,
Mike.
You see that jump that Zach got? That's a pretty big jump.
Man, he's out there in the next county.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're going to close pretty quick on him, I have a feeling.
They're going to need state patrol to come get him. He's crossed state lines already. Jeez almighty. Dennis Steele trying to run in there and see the draft. Boy, they're going to have one big run when they get there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Mike, you see he pitted. Here he comes. He's already in third and going for more.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know how much new tires really are going to help you here tonight, honestly.
I don't see a big difference happening between new and old. I think it's all just about, the momentum, picking the right lane, right? You got to pick the right lane, what kind of start you get, and he got a good one.
Moyer going to sneak through. Corey Hassler. Carl right there as well. Going to go to the top side. We'll go ahead and take a look here from our Extreme Sim TV drone. And nice and easy down the front straightaway. Oh, we got a car on the wall back in the pack, but we stay green. Hassler up top, starting to see two lines develop. There goes Mike up there. He's going to say smell you later and go to the outside.
And now look, you got, in one lap, you got 10 cars under a blanket.
Yeah. Man, they would fit under one of my mom's Afghan blankets. They're so tight. In a steel.
You can see that apron. That apron kind of makes those cars twitch around a little bit, so you got to watch that apron too.
Yeah, you do. You really have to watch. 2 and 3 wide. Easy does it. Off the corner. Here we go. Down the back straightaway. Big run top. It's going to go Mike to the front of the field with Dennis Steele. Going to be right there. And Dane Moyer. And they now what? 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 cars in less than a second here. Wow.
Yeah, and they're dancing around. You see those cars dancing around? That's what causes the trouble. So it's not being patient right now, just staying in the line the best of their ability.
And folks at home, it is not the good type of dancing either. Oh, man, Mike in the fence.
Man, that was close. Yep, 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Looking for room. Mike's going to have to give him some more room down there. He's lost that momentum. He's already dropped back to about 6th here by the time he starts to try to settle in.
Yeah, but you saw how patient he was, right? He knew he was stuck on a 3 wide outside. He just waited for a hole and pulled down. The work was way back forward now.
As we're out front. Moyer. Right there at Mike. Moyer. All these guys did a still continuing to lead. Ringer, Keith. Oh, macaronis. I hear somebody may be down on power.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
That's not a good party. Get a steal right there. Being down on power at this point of the race is not good.
That is not a good recipe for sure.
And we will go into 33 laps already, completing the biggest loser event for the Underdog Racing League here tonight. Man, 33 on the board if you're just joining us here live from Atlanta Carnival. It's going to be Jake beating the wall down for a split second. Got it straightened out, though.
Move. I've tried to move them, and they don't move.
No, they don't.
They stay put.
Like concrete, man. Have you tried to, hit your fist on concrete? It never works out good for you.
No.
No. Here,
single file here.
They're single file, but behind them, we got a wasp nest for a moment. Man, oh man.
Too wide again. That's how fast that changes. Now we're 3 wide.
I don't think you can stay single file here at Atlanta like you can at Daytona and Talladega. I think it's just too narrow and it's something different about it.
It's just the product of the track, I believe. And again, that's what kind of goes to patience, right? Like we saw Mike earlier, just being patient and dropping back into a hole, not forcing anything. And I think that's the biggest thing. I've seen a lot of guys bounce them off the wall. That's impressive.
That's weird, though. But it goes back to that room I think we talked about. They're just getting up there and getting in the fence, man. It's odd.
Yeah.
3 wide, dive to the bottom. Go ahead.
Another thing too is if you're that 3rd, 4th car in line and you're behind a guy, it's hard to see through that tri-oval where that wall is. So you can easily misjudge.
And people that haven't ran in real life or been in a car don't realize how low these guys set in these cars either.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you think seeing out of your regular everyday car is hard? Huh. Try putting a helmet on and a headrest and pads and all that good stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Can't turn your head, so, you got to rely on your spotter and your mirrors.
Exactly. And here we go. Big run to the top. Dane Moyer going to come through. He's got help from Mike. Dane Moyer back to the front. Boy,
pretty impressive move.
My early prediction playoff man is getting her done tonight.
Yeah, definitely for sure. He set that up real nicely. Had some help from Mike to get it done.
Now, what's going to happen is if he makes the Final Four, we get to come back to this broadcast, and you get to call me Nostradamus or something. But you call me that one.
Go to Vegas. Go to Vegas. Put your money on it.
Exactly. More, you're going to move to the bottom. Which, in all seriousness, I've heard rumors that sim racing betting may become a thing, which would be highly odd.
It would be. I've noticed right now that the top line seems to kind of be the dominant line.
Yeah, I noticed this.
I
I noticed that in the official week here, that up top needed to be where you wanted to be for the big runs, and it's happening again. I think it's got to do with the radius of the corner and how sharp the corner is.
Yeah, absolutely, and that help behind you, right? Keeping that car freed up to where it's wound up, and I think that's something that some of these guys probably need to take notes on right now for later in the race.
Yes, sir, as they continue to battle 2x2. A couple of cars scoot them with the fence up there. 40 on the board, and as we near halfway, your brain starts to tick in here. What can you learn to help you in the second half of this race? Because I'll tell you what, it's going to go by in a hurry when we get to it.
Oh, absolutely. We're getting ready to close in, 5-6 laps from our caution. So it'll be interesting to see what that strategy is when that caution comes out. But you're absolutely correct. Start setting yourself up, knowing where the runs are, where they develop, and set yourself up for the end of the race.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's close. Good save. Is he out of fuel? It's awful slow. He's got to be out of fuel.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
Thinking
happened
still
there.
on the apron. Something's off. I'm looking at his speed. He's running about 140 mile an hour right now, starting to get back up to pace. Maybe
He's
a
under power, so I'm not sure what happened there.
maybe a doggy or a cat jumped in his lap. Maybe.
Maybe.
Not that I've had that happen before at Daytona. Mike out front leading. Right now, everybody going to work their way down the back straightaway 2 by 2. First 6 cars in line. There's Carl. Brett Summers there as well. Oh, Brett, but Dane doing a good job. But Mike, again, you start seeing the reoccurring theme with people out front.
Yeah, and I can see that Brad, he's staying with Mike. It'll be interesting to see. I bet you he probably stays with him for the entire race. Once you kind of commit to that person that you know is running up front and can make it through the pack, you're going to probably stay with them.
Yeah, man, it's kind of like relationships. Once you commit, you commit.
Yes, it is, and of course there will be an argument at some point.
Yes, you always say for better or worse when you go to a plate track. I'm with you.
Absolutely.
And usually it's worse.
But you see that inside line can't really make any gains on Mike.
No, they can't.
They're there, and they can get up there, but then that run stalls out, and Mike prevails on that outside.
They're trying to side draft, but that's not really working either.
Yeah, I haven't really noticed the side draft with these cars being, a huge factor. It is a factor, but I just don't think it's as big as it was on the old style car.
Yeah, it's really odd. I think you're dead on. It is there, but it's not like we want it to be, kind of, I guess. Mike out front continuing to hold charge with his...
Should be coming up on a stage break here.
Yes, sir. His drafting relationship partner behind him. And 47 this time.
Now, see, you saw Dane dive down there, and at that point, you just have to be patient. You just got to kind of ride behind that guy, and it's so tempting to pull out and try and pass him, but you can see what happens. He's going to get the top line's going to be dominant on him.
Speaking of that, how bad's the aero push?
It's pretty bad in these cars. You don't here. It's not probably a big deal, but you get to a place like California, Michigan, Kansas, something like that. That aero push is big.
I tell you what, you give this place, as we get the yellow right there, 48 on the board, but you give this place a couple of years to age this surface really well. I think this is going to be a unique racetrack.
I can't agree more with you. I think that you might see that aero push start to arrive here, or the cars dancing around a lot more, which I don't know if I want to be a part of that, because when you're in a pack and those cars are dancing around like that, it can get ugly.
Well, 48 caution out here next halfway. But, we got some great partners here with the league. And, you know what the good thing is, Jason? You're going on vacation, right? If you come back home and for some ungodly knowing reason, your gutters are all messed up or your siding's jacked up, you know who you got to call, right?
Hey, Ultimate Siding and Gutter. That's the guy to call.
That's the guy to call. He'll come out there and get you all fixed up. Great partner with the league, and appreciate them alongside South Street Media for helping us all out. Make this happen each and every week. Folks, we have go ahead.
Those people are vitally important, for you to do your broadcast and for us to have a league. So it's pretty cool. Here we go. They're coming down pit road.
Here we go. I think 4 tires and fuel for everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No question here.
No Scooby-Doo Shaggy stuff tonight.
Nah, I mean, you might see some 2-tire stuff, but honestly, you want to pack that thing with fuel, and might as well take advantage of the 4 tires.
And iRacing for us broadcasters, please give us a way to monitor tire stops, for the love of God. That way we can see.
Yeah. Yes. Agree 100%. Now Mike might have a little quicker stop here because he pitted earlier, so
Dennis,
it's not going to take
2 tires on Dennis.
Oh, see? Little strategy.
There we go. I just happened to be on his car and watch it. So 2 tires for
But you,
Dennis.
but you saw Mike, he took 4 tires, but his stop wasn't as long because he stopped earlier. He didn't have to take as much fuel. So I think his stop was a little bit quicker. Obviously, he was the leader, but that 2-tire strategy didn't pass him up.
So we got to do a little bit of promotion right quick, Jason, for the channel and everything. Alongside Underdog Racing League coming back, right? We know that. But we've actually got, for the first time ever, we got Australian Supercar League coming. I met with the league owner. They're over in Australia. They couldn't find anybody that's willing to stay up and do it. And against my better judgment, kind of, we're going to have racing at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Hey, those cars are impressive.
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a Saturday show. All kidding aside, I look forward to it. It's going to be another avenue, like we said, expanding your motorsports knowledge.
Absolutely. And those guys over there, boy, I watched some of those races, and those cars are impressive, and those guys can drive.
But here's the big deal, Jason. You know where we're starting the season?
Where's that?
Daytona Road Course with V8 supercars.
That'll be interesting.
We go from Daytona to Mount Panorama. Can you get any different than that?
That is, no, you can't. That is one extreme to the other for sure.
Yes, it is. We're going to get doubled up again. Again, in the booth with you tonight, Matt, as always, and alongside our special guest, our reigning and defending Underdog Racing League champion, Jason Benzler.
It's a pleasure. It's a different spot to be in for sure, watching these guys. Wish I was out there, but it's pretty cool to watch these guys go for a win. We're getting ready to come down for a restart. You see Justin's got back up there. He's in third, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, I wouldn't be too sad. You're over there drinking champagne out of the trophy over there. Getting ready to go on vacation on a cruise. Is that a part of that championship package?
It was the Champions Cruise. It's nobody knew about it, but I appreciate it.
Exactly. Here we go. Mike out front. Dennis, Jake, and Justin. Here we go. Somebody's going to need some deep pockets to cover that giveaway. Corey right there as well.
I got out to a little bit of a lead here. It'll be interesting to see how this run comes on him.
Mike, you got to start dragging the brake on the start, son. You're getting way too far out there.
Yeah, see, they got that run on the inside.
And they gone. And that's the problem, right? Is like if you do that late, you don't have time to recover.
Absolutely. You'll start to see if this top line can form. You'll see that they'll kind of gravitate back up towards the front. But you're absolutely correct. Come down to a green-white checkered. You want to keep that in your memory bank.
Yeah, you got to put that in that memory bank really well because you don't want to make that mistake late.
No, not at all. It'll cost you.
It'll cost you. And right now, Mike, Jake, Carl, and Brett right there as well. Great racing as they line up behind one another. 53 on the board. Let's hop on board with Keith Long right here on the inside line. We're riding on the roof cam here off into turn 1 and 2. And boy, they are moving around a ton.
Yeah, these cars are dancing around a lot. 2 wide is you can get away with it, but when you get 3 wide, it's a cause for concern for sure.
And you don't want to put on your dancing shoes when you're doing 170 mile an hour.
I'm a horrible dancer, so no.
Ringer right there. Brett there as well. Dane Moyer. Mike right there as well. You want to talk about dancing? My old lady won't even let me do the spin and the dip thing with her. She's afraid I'm going to drop her. Corey right there as well. Jake, Carl, all right there in the mix. 2x2 out of turn number 4. Man, the top 2 splitting away. Austin Arno right there to second. Him and that Panther car.
He's risen. The cream's risen to the top. He's up towards the front here, just past halfway. So it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do, if he's going to go to that top lane when he gets a run, or if he's going to stay down on the bottom, committed to the 42.
42 right there as well. Stenard, Corey Hasler there, Mike, Jake Williams, Carl right there in the mix also. And we're coming up on what, season 6 of the Cup Series, I do believe.
Yeah, I believe it's season 2 of the next gen, but yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, season 2 of the next gen. The way I got it numbered is 6. Because I just go off the Cup car, off the Cup Series at that point. But I mean, this racing, can you imagine what we're going to see next year?
Yeah, it's going to be impressive. You know, we learned so much this year, right? First time doing this car, learned a lot. Now we're going to go back to different racetrack, but also same racetracks. And I think that you'll see guys, you know, improve tremendously next season.
Guard right there, out front, pulling away. So nice 2x2 slot. Mike there as well. Mike again back up there after losing the lead there on that restart.
Yeah, he's on the bottom now, which surprises me. He's kind of been committed to the top the whole race, but now he's down on the bottom. Justin, you got the outside line making that run again.
Closing in on 40 to go. That outside line just steals the place to be, and it's been that way all night.
Yeah, I think if you got enough cars on the bottom, you'll be okay, but that top line's pretty tough to beat right now.
And 2x2, Jake Williams back here. Who is somebody that you kind of expected to do a little bit better that's kind of struggling right now?
Well, let's go back and see who we got towards the back here. Got Carl up in that lead pack, so he's running well.
Hard back out front. I think my pick's going to be Cody Dorsey, actually.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. You got Dane. I'm not sure what happened to Dane here. He's back quite a ways. Right now, he's in 13th.
Yeah, 10th, 11th spot right now. All the way back.
Yeah, so he's 10th. Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened there, but they got separated from that lead pack.
Which is never good.
No, it's not, and it's tough to recover that, right?
You can't.
You know, maybe they could be playing it safe too. You know, we're 3 wide up in front.
Oh, snappers!
Ooh. And that's maybe what they're trying to avoid is stuff like that. So, but once you get back there, it's hard to get back up there without a caution. So, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
And here's the problem with that: we've only got about 19 minutes of racing left. I mean, you know,
yeah.
If it was Daytona and Talladega, you'd have a lot more time. But here at this 1.5 mile racetrack, not a ton of time at all.
Not at all. And I would have expected that in the first stage, you know, to fall back when you know that you got a caution coming. But now that it's, you know, we're past halfway. So to give up that track position and time on the racetrack is huge.
They run 2x2. Heath Long right there. Dennis Steele. And
got Mike up there with no help.
Mike on his own there. Trying to scramble in that Toyota.
I'm surprised Justin's very committed to the bottom, middle of the racetrack, and he's been able to hold him off, but he's got a lot of help behind him. He's got, 6 cars behind him, so that's huge.
So, Jason, I'm assuming you're a Chevrolet man?
I am a Chevrolet man, yes, sir.
I have to say, I am as well. But some of these Fords, especially the new Ford Bronco, look pretty good.
Now, have you seen the Ford Maverick?
I have not seen the Maverick.
It's very similar to the Ford Ranger, but now that we bring up makes and models and stuff, I just was brought to my attention. I saw one on the road the other day. It's a different looking truck.
Nice job, man. Everybody hanging on. I test drove a $50,000 Ford Bronco for the shits of it. It was
You like it?
I liked it. Didn't like what the payment would be.
Well, no, nobody likes that sticker price, right? You see that top 3? They kind of got a nice little organization going. They kind of separated themselves a little bit.
Yeah, they do. They're all organized right around the bottom.
Oh, he jumped out there.
Denardo right there as well, trying to sneak through. Good job, Justin Stenard, trying to pick the bottom lane up. And he does. He's going to, again, I think, do you cover the bottom or do you cover the top? I mean, that's the hard decision.
Well, you saw Dennis Steele jump up there. He was in second. Now he's back in fourth. I don't know if he jumped up to pick up Mike to try and drag him, have Mike push him forward, but it'll be interesting to see how that works. So now you got Brad jumping up. So I think that top line is going to start forming, and Justin's going to have a decision to make here shortly.
34 laps to go in tonight's biggest loser event here on Extreme at Sim TV. Single file up front, starting to break away your top three. Ringer and Mike trying to get together. They're going to have to get down to the bottom and grab a hold of that front pack, I think.
Yeah, Dennis had a little bit of a problem coming off of two there. It looked like he got in the wall and it broke up that top line. So Brad and Mike had to reform on the bottom and try and start making some gains. There you see him starting to go to the outside, going through 1 and 2.
I got to say, it's been really clean for Atlanta.
It has. We started off a little rough, but it's kind of leveled out here.
We started off rough, but it is
up on lap traffic
absolutely. Justin Stenardo up front, pulling along. Carl right there as well. Man.
I think Carl's probably been my biggest surprise tonight. He's running very well.
Every time I see Carl's name, I think of The Walking Dead. Brad Ringer right there. That's such a 2000s reference. Nord right there leading as well. And the Phantom Machine. A little bit of lap
just
traffic.
Not a lot of organization. Yeah, lap traffic's going to be a key here, but there's not a lot of organization. They're kind of all over the place. I'm not sure if it's just giving people extra room or what, but they don't seem to be locked together, kind of be offset on each other. So it's interesting to see how these runs will create here.
Christmas Snort out front leading.
Better start thinking about that top line. I think it's going to be coming here pretty quick.
Yeah, you do. Everybody hanging on. Great battle up front. One by one, knocking them down right now. Wonderful racing out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway right at the moment. Oh, man, Justin Stenard, Carl, Dennis Steele. You got Mike trying to work his way forward. And you know what the best part is? We don't have to worry about rain interrupting the end of this one. Even though that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Send them all off in turn one with a wet racetrack.
Yeah. What's interesting to me is I wonder how many guys are kind of testing to see what kind of runs they get and saving it for the end of the race, right? If they get a run, are they backing back out and getting back in line, just setting themselves up and not using it yet?
I kind of disagree, and here's how. I go with the Dale Earnhardt Jr. theory. If you get a run, you got to take it immediately because you might not get it again. I know that's kind of risky, but that's kind of the way I've always ran these plate races. I get where you're coming from.
He was one of the best, so.
I mean, it's interesting to talk to these drivers and to get input like yourself on what kind of decisions you make on the fly, right? You're doing this at 190 mile an hour split second decisions.
Well, and the other thing you got to remember is the guys that are back in 7th and 8th, they got to go. They got to get up to that top 3, top 4. So they're going to take those runs. And if you're in 3rd or 4th and save that run, you could end up in 7th or 8th. So I think that you're really correct on that if you get that run, you got to take it. But you can see that they're kind of really not organized and not making much runs. But I think those guys in 7th and 8th on back, they're going to probably be trying to get to the front, towards the front here as we're closing in on 25 to go.
Yes, sir. It's funny we were talking about taking runs tonight. So I literally have that on my left shoulder as a tattoo because I live my life that way. If I get an opportunity, I take the run at it.
There you go.
Good way to live.
Hey, sometimes it pays off.
Sometimes it don't, but other times, sometimes it ends up in a big wreck, and the other times you end up meeting a very nice fiance. I
Absolutely.
mean,
I'm impressed with Justin and Carl. They're pretty organized. They've been able to hold that top two here for quite a few laps. So
I
we'll
think
see
they're
if they
going to
can
stay
continue to do that.
organized too. I don't.
Well,
think
I think that's the best thing you can do. Race it out on the last lap, but I think the last lap's going to get pretty crazy. But right now they're dancing around quite a bit. Got a couple lap cars coming up.
You know what's interesting to me? We was all crazy forever, right? I think they got that out of their system, and they're being a little bit more precise with the moves they make now.
And I think that's where that organization comes in the lines. I think that, a guy will move around and a guy will just breathe the throttle a little bit, give him that space, give him an opportunity, and then go back at it,
Me, if I'm in second and I'm coming down to the end, you want to breathe the throttle, back the front pack up, and really get that little bit of a slingshot forward. It's car in the wall up top. It's going to be the 76 or Brad Ringer getting a piece of that outside wall. The painters here at Atlanta Motor Speedway are not going to be too happy with us when we're done.
We got some black marks around the outside wall for sure.
We're going to have to get some more paint out there. But riding, I think this is shaping up to be a very strategic race to the end.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it's going to be as crazy as some people would think. I think it's going to be organized chaos, if that makes sense. And they continue to do battle right now. Up front. Everybody fighting through, leading the way. Well, as we got a little bit of a moment where the action really picks up, taking a look at the next season schedule, opening up at Nashville Super Speedway, Talladega, Chicago Street Course. Those first 3 weeks are going to be nuts.
Yeah, you got a big variety of racetracks for sure in 3 races. Nashville, I enjoy Nashville. It's a fun place. Daytona is, we're seeing a little bit of that tonight. It's a mixed bag. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen at Daytona. Chicago Street Course, kind of the same thing, and I would be okay if they took that one off the schedule because that's going to be it's going to be a tough race.
Yeah, it is. That's going to be rough. Of course, Atlanta back on the schedule, round number 9 when we come back here. So do you learn a lot tonight in the Biggest Loser race? Does this guy give these guys a bit of an advantage going to round 9?
Actually, I'll be honest with you. I'm really kind of watching what's happening here for that, right? So I'm on the outside to be able to watch it. So yeah, I think that they're logging some notes for when we come back here. But I'm learning a lot by just watching it from the outside too. So it'll definitely be just as exciting when we come back.
Yeah, you won't be up here in the comfortable chair in the booth.
Yeah, I won't be able to have that cocktail in my hand, right?
It's scary out there, Jason.
Oh, how scary.
No, it's fun actually. The new track configuration, it's literally like a mini Daytona, so it's a lot of tight racing and coming in and out of the turns, you got to let off the gas a little bit. I learned the hard way by not letting off the gas and drove right into the wall.
Well, fellas, Stenard on the bottom. This lap traffic has mixed it up front. Oh, it cost him too. Wow. Well, Christopher, what's your thoughts there, bud? You seen that lap traffic kind of hinders Stenard there.
Yeah, if you lose the draft on this, it definitely is not fun. I fell back, and then when these guys started coming up to me, I said, I'll just let them go out and play and see who's going to win it and sit back and watch and hang out with you guys.
Here we go. 17 to go. 17 laps to go here on Extreme Sim TV. With Corey Hasler now taking the lead. Mike to second. Stenard back to third. And fourth is Carl. Brad Ringer right here as well.
Chris, what did you notice with the draft? Was there a big suck up? I know they did an update. I was wondering if that made a big difference or not.
Yeah, the new draft model, you definitely suck up, especially coming into the corner. If you're like half a second back, it pulls you in pretty good, and you got to let off to not rear end the person in front of you.
Yes, you do. And I've got some bad news, boys. Brad Ringer coming to pit road this time. Clip that cone coming down. That may be an unsafe pit road entry.
What was the fuel window, Chris?
You can make it about 37 laps.
We're right
So all
there
these
on
guys
it.
are going to start coming right now. Here they come.
Here they come, just as he said, braking hard. Oh, watch out. That's a hard pit road entry.
And it's tough in these cars because the front brakes lock up so easily, in my opinion. You really, to maximize that pit road speed, you try and get in there pretty tough, pretty hard, but you can lock up them tires and still slide.
And oh, yeah, there's only 15 laps to go. And caution
So we
on
got
the
a
racetrack.
caution on the track. Unbelievable.
And
It's
who
going
is
to change
it?
everything.
And I have no clue who it is. I have no idea. Let's look. I would imagine somebody messed up coming to pit road. Let's see. 4 cars were coming down here. Oh, yep, somebody did. Just out of screen, trying to pick up a number. But they made a hard right-hand turn coming to pit road, which is never good. Can't tell who.
This might work out for those guys that were pitting at the moment of caution. Those guys that stayed out, it might hurt them a little bit, track position wise.
Yeah, it may. I'm looking through the field here to pick up a number. Don't you love when you have a wreck and you can't see the number? Or the car, really? No idea who it was. But I did see him out of our screen. Off of turn 4. Oh, there it is. It was Zach in the 18 involved in the 14 of Scott. Let's take a look. They dip down to pit road. And Ripperoni contact back up the racetrack. Somebody cue the Mario Kart. Hit a banana peel meme.
That's a tough break.
And there we go. Caution out. Coming closer and closer to 10 to go in Atlanta.
Yeah, you got Dane Moyer, your leader. He's on pit road, so we'll see how this works out for him.
Exactly. And you know what some of the best fun is with Underdog Racing League, guys? And I want to thank both of you guys because you guys are involved. The drivers, the league owner, everybody lets me come up here on a weekly basis and just do my thing and be a goofball. It is the most fun ever on a weekly basis.
Well, we appreciate you doing it.
Man.
Yeah, definitely. You got to have fun with it too.
Well, see, when I started doing the Ultimate Siding and Gutters commercial, guys, I thought the sponsor may get mad at the first one I done because it was a skit show, and they absolutely loved it. And I can't remember what the skit was totally, but it had something to do with my ex-wife. It was kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
And, of course, she messaged me on Facebook a few hours later, and she's like, yeah, that was funny.
Hey, as long as she could get a chuckle out of it, right?
We went on a podcast together one night. That was entertaining. Up front, Stenard leads Mike, Carl, Keith, and Dane. That's what we got to do this season, boys. I got to get her to come call a race with me.
Oh, there you go.
We haven't called a race
That would be a
together in
good
like
one.
4 years, so we're going to have to do it.
This restart's going to be interesting. We're closing in on 10 laps to go, and we had a mix-up in the field, with that caution coming out while guys were pitting. So it'll be interesting on this restart.
Yeah, it is. As lights go out on the pace car. Stenard out front. It'll be coming to what, 10 to go here? Somewhere in there?
Yeah, we're looking at, it looks like 11 to go. And
11 to go.
yeah, and you got Justin and Carl up on the top on this restart, and that's going to be interesting because those guys were working together really well. So if they can stay together, stay hooked together, that top line could be dominant.
Now, the real question is, if Carl gets the lead, do we automatically get zombies coming out pit road? There we go. Third is Carl. Fourth is Dane. And fifth is Keith. Oh, and our partner up here in the booth, Christopher, right now sitting in 16th. Not the night Christopher wanted.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I see your car over there by the hauler. I'm pretty sure it's on fire. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that lit the match on that one too.
Just put it out of its misery, right?
Yep.
Here we go, boys and girls. It's going to be 11 to go in Atlanta for the Underdog Racing League in the biggest loser event here tonight.
It'll be interesting because Mike he's back from other sessions, so he's been with us before, but he can drive.
11 to go. Justin with that big jump again we kept talking about earlier, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to get too far out. Like Chris says, Chris, I was telling Matt earlier, Mike is always up front, and he's very smart. He saves his tires, saves his car. Not really a tire conserving race tonight, but you can see he's got a big run down the back straightaway.
And he gone. New race leader.
No help on the bottom.
Oh, boy. And Justin Stenard, much like most of the season, dropping back late, just made the wrong move here, got too big of a jump. And that Phantom,
You just got no help.
33, yeah, no help, too big of a jump.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do. When they leave you like that, you just got to be smart and lick your wounds and try and get back in line and work your way back to the front.
He's got to be sitting there slamming the steering wheel going, is Woody's ever going to go my way?
Absolutely. Like I said, he's had speed all year long. He hasn't had the finishes, but he's definitely had a lot of speed in these next gens. That was a close call.
That was close, because remember, can't go below the double red line, not yellow line, because why they didn't put a yellow line down there, I don't know, but they didn't. And up front, top three starting to pull away. Moyer trying to get with Stenard. Stenard trying to recover. Can that Phantom machine get back to the front?
You got Keith Long in third. That's an impressive run. He's kind of been floating around all race long, and now towards the end of the race, he's up in front. Here comes Justin too.
Justin, big push to the bottom with Moyer.
Yeah, Keith's had a good season. We actually voted him the Rookie of the Year and sent him a little trophy this year.
There we go. Keith, the Rookie of the Year, trying to get it done. Here comes Stenard. Stenard 3 wide behind him. Carl there as well. Everybody's starting to scramble.
Got that lap car.
Oh, get out of the way.
He's on the apron.
Cotton Eye Joe. Where'd you come through and where'd you go? He's going to be out of the way. Nice move.
But you see what it did to that run. Justin had a nice run. Kind of messed that run up a little bit. Now he's got to regroup and do it again. Oh, now it looks like he's going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Easy does it. Oh, there's a car on the wall there too. 7 to 76. Right there as well. Oh, contact. And can you believe it? The 7 and Dane going to make contact, but they'll keep rolling. Nice save. Well,
We'll be coming to what, 5 to go this time by?
5 more to go at Atlanta. Justin trying to make the move on Keith Long. He's not got anybody behind him directly, though. He's going to have to plan this out smartly. 5 laps to go, everybody. If we don't have a green-white checker tonight. Single file to the wall. About a half lane off the wall. Here comes Justin. Great dive to the bottom. And he's got help from the Red Bull forward. That is Mr. Dane Moyer to the back bumper.
Justin got to be careful because, Justin got to be careful. He's already used his fast repair, I believe, too.
Oh boy, fellas, I don't know about
you. It's going to be tough with only 2 of them on the bottom. I mean, he's got a nice little run, but I think it might stall out here.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting this big race tingly feeling. Mike out front.
Cars on the bottom.
Oh, that top side though strong, man. Coming to 3 to go this time. What lane do you choose here to block? Oh, we got Dicey on the bottom.
Man.
Wow.
That was close.
That was cute. Oh, and again. Through the tri-oval.
Oh.
Stenard. Somehow saves it. Wow. That might be the save in a month here.
So now I think we've narrowed it down, right? We don't have any too wide. You got guys peeking out now, but I think your top 3 or 4 is going to be your winner here.
Yes, sir. Boy, your big run back there. 2 to go, though. It'll run out of time, most likely. And Keith Wong, the rookie of the year, get it done, boys. He's got help.
You got Dane coming on the outside. Big run with Brad Ringer behind him.
Coming to 1.5 laps to go. The only thing Mike wants to see is the white flag. 1 to go. Ooh, Carl.
Ooh, that was close.
There we go, 1 to go. Mike would take the white flag. Okay, what do you do now, drivers? Who's going to make the move here?
I think Mike's got to be on full defense right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's watching that mirror more than the front of the car right now.
They got 2x2 behind them, though. That's going to hurt. Carl's not going to have the momentum.
Yeah, I think it's kind of stalled out. If anything, Carl might be able to jump out, but I think Mike's going to have it here.
Mike off of turn 4. Here comes Dane. Moyer with a run, but it's too late. Wrecking behind him. And Mike's going to be your biggest loser here tonight with the W. Stenard in the wall at the end, much like the last season with bad luck. He needs to change that paint scheme, boys.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Needs to do something like that. Yeah, he's like I said, he's had speed all year. But nice to see Mike come back and get the win. It was a good race.
See the wreck that occurred off turn 4. Hard impact into the outside wall for a couple of cars. But they slide backwards across the line. But how about that? Mike was up front all night, guys. And it's going to pay off for him here tonight.
Yeah, a couple key people to kind of call out. You know, you got Scott there in 4th. Good run for him. He's been a part of the league for a long time. Always a solid competitor. Races with a lot of respect. So nice to see him get a top 5.
Yes, it is. Look at Carl coming in 7th. Or where did Carl end up here? Because I think he was P2. Great job for Carl.
Yeah.
Keith Long coming in 7th, the rookie of the year. Let's get ready to talk to Mike here. He's going to be happy with a W in the biggest. Now, does this mean that he can't compete in next year's Biggest Loser? No,
No, unfortunately, next season starts over, and he can. If he doesn't win one, if he's running the full season next year, I feel like he'll be a good competitor with Jason.
Yes, sir. Let's get him down here to the party, shall we? Mike, buddy, Matt in the booth with Jason Finsler, Christopher Hurl. You got me. Oh, we're in the wrong lobby. Oh, my bad. All right, let's get on down here. You got me there, Mr. Michael.
Yes, sir, I do.
All righty, buddy. Well, again, you were able to hang on for the W, bud.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. This Bay Racing, RaceMLR.com Camry is just fast as lightning here in Atlanta, and sat on the pole, probably led the most laps, and bring it home victory lane. Atlanta is one of my favorite tracks, has been for years, and with this new pavement, it's just a mini super speedway. So if you know how to use that air around you, you can let those guys, and you saw me running that middle lane, let those guys come up inside me, but they're going to be pinched and they're going to have to back off a little bit, and we get the momentum and just kept on running. But yeah, very proud of the team, and shout out to I think it was Carl and Scott, Carl and Keith that were helping me there at the end. So shout out to them.
Well, man, I know you'd have loved to have got this win in the regular season. But here in the Biggest Loser race, you're going to pick it up, and we're getting ready to start the new season, Nashville, in a few weeks. How much momentum does this give you to carry on into the next season?
Oh, I'm really excited. I raced URL for a while, and then stepped away for I guess a season or two, and look forward to getting back and racing against all the guys that are out there, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, excited. Nashville Super Speedway, another great track. Love that track. Absolutely love that track. It's a driver's track, and look forward to getting there.
Alrighty, man. Well, Jason, you got anything for us?
Yeah, Mike, it's Jason. I've been watching this race tonight, and I was telling Matt that, I raced with you in this league before. You're back. It's great to see you back. Congratulations on the win. But, man, I was telling Matt, you are always up front. You are a smart racer. You save your tires, whatever the situation might be. Of course, tonight wasn't a tire saver, but the point is you're a smart racer. You got a lot of respect. And what do you look forward to next year for the season?
Well, first off, I so enjoy being challenged by Jason. Jason is so fast, and I learned so much from him following him for a couple seasons there that it made me improve my driving ability. And so I've been working on that for the last year or so that I've been away. Well, I guess it's been about 8 months been away from the league. So I just look forward to getting out there. I race myself. There's 20, 30 other cars on the track, but all I try to do is I just try to do better lap after lap, race after race than I did before. And believe it or not, Atlanta is a tire track. It doesn't seem like it, but there's a lot of lifting. You saw a lot of those guys, if you were watching that broadcast closely, those guys on the inside swinging out from the bottom lane halfway up the track. You gotta be able to let off that throttle just a little bit to get that car to set and bite. And that's really the secret here in Atlanta. If you're running that outside groove, keep that momentum up, back that throttle off going into the turns just a moment, get that car to set, and then just run off. So learn that a lot from watching Jason run. He just get out in front of us, and you're like, how in the world? If he can do it, I can do it. So what's he doing differently? You watch the tapes, watch the replays. So no, next season, look forward to being out there. I don't know if I'm going to be up front all the time, but I'll learn how to get up there.
Well, it sounds good, and I appreciate it, Mike. But I mean, like I said, that's why you're in victory lane tonight. You just explained everything about this racetrack, letting the car set, all those kinds of little things that can make a big difference, right? And look forward to having you back in the league. Look forward to next season. Look forward to racing you all year long, and good luck to you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All righty, man. Well, again, Christopher, you got anything?
Oh, definitely excited to have you back, Mike. Love running with you. Congrats on the win tonight. But yeah, more than anything, we're excited to have you back. We definitely miss you. Needed somebody else to contend with Jason, so he's not winning every week.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to contend, but I guess I can put a little bit of pressure on him, maybe.
Well,
that's definitely exciting.
Mike, that's the biggest thing, Mike, with these cars is I think it really kind of drew everybody together, right? These cars you saw this season, I know you weren't a part of it, but this season we saw a wide variety of racetracks. But every race it seemed like we had somebody a little different up towards the front. And it kind of drew the pack together. So I think next season is going to be really interesting because a lot of these guys have gotten faster, and I think it should be some good racing.
Yeah, absolutely. These next-gen cars, absolutely love these next-gen cars. They are a driver's car. The other ones, you could go out there, you could flat-foot them. This one here takes finesse because of the independent suspension. You got to understand what these cars want, whether you're doing fixed set or open set. You got to know how these cars are going to handle going into turns and coming off of turns. And if you understand that, then you can drive them differently for each track.
Yeah, definitely. I've been actually playing with the GT3 cars with the independent suspension, trying to get used to driving these cars.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it, and that's actually a great way if you want to learn how to set these things up. Is take one of those cars, the GT3s, and put them out on the oval, go run them around, try and tweak their setups, and then you can almost apply that to the next gens.
Well, again, Jason, congratulations. Or again, Jason, thank you for coming out. Mike,
See, you're too damn used to saying congrats, Jason.
Okay,
you call me anything.
All right, congratulations, Mike, man. You got the W here tonight. And man, it's been a fun night, dude. I hope you get
that's great
in the season too, man. And maybe can keep me from saying congratulations, Jason, a little bit.
Hey, Jason is one of the kindest things I've ever been called, so don't worry about it, buddy.
10-4.
Especially from my reason.
Oh.
All right, so now I claim the biggest loser winner, huh?
Exactly.
Awesome.
You are the biggest loser, sir. Which,
That's wonderful. I'll wear that
Hey,
badge of honor proudly till the next race.
hey, a win's a win, right, buddy?
yep.
You take them any way you can.
That's it.
All right, Dane Moyer, you here to save me from my mishap here. All right, Dane. Well, man, you're going to come home third tonight. The Halloween machine was quick all night.
Yeah, so first time I raced at I guess the new config of Atlanta. It was pretty fun. I like drafting tracks. So I guess I was doing a lot of learning throughout the whole race, but um, I think what I saw Mike do a lot of too, and I started noticing was if you were like on the bottom and you didn't have a good push, I mean you were going to struggle because the high line could take the momentum, and they usually were stacking up better that way. Um, but just a lot of learning. I had a lot of fun. I wanted to push Jason, or not Jason, I'm sorry, Justin a little bit more than I did, but it was like when I got close to him, I got really loose, I felt in the front. So it was unfortunate I couldn't push him for a little bit further. I thought I could get him up there, but maybe next time we go there, we'll work a little bit more on that. But no, I had a lot of fun all in all.
There we go, man. Well, it was a ton of fun tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It was fun to watch all you guys out there racing.
Yeah. I hope it was a good show. I think we did pretty good at that. I mean, I had fun. It seemed like everybody else was having fun racing it. So, yeah, can't wait to come back.
All righty, again, man, I appreciate it so much. It's always fun to see you guys out there doing battle.
Oh no, thank you for all you do. Thank you for the league. Thank you to Justin. Um, yep, talk to y'all next time. Hope you'll have a good week and everything. Thank you.
All right, man. The Halloween Warrior, Mr. Dane Moyer, there as well. With Jason, Christopher, man, it was fun having you guys up here tonight. It was a blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's definitely
Absolutely. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Different perspective, being able to watch these races, you learn a little bit, and it's really interesting to watch tonight, how those runs create, what they do with them. Good insight from Mike and Dane on their strategies and on how they would use those runs. So when we get back here next year, hopefully I can take some of those notes that maybe I learned tonight and apply them.
There we go, man. Well, once again, it's come to an end of another great broadcast here for the Underdog Racing League, presented by Ultimate Siding and Guttering LLC again, or Gutters LLC again. Thank those guys. Thank you to South Street Media for coming on board once again. We will return in 2 weeks. Mark your calendars, Nashville Super Speedway. And maybe by then, Jason will be all happy because he's been on his, his little vacation, on his little cruise, and probably sunburnt and maybe seasick, but he'll be back. And
Actually, I'm more concerned about being sober.
That's the point, being sober. And hopefully he doesn't need to call Ultimate Siding and Guttering LLC when he returns from his trip. But if he does, he knows who to call. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Christopher, thank you, sir. Jason, thank you.
Thank you, Maddie.
Matt, congratulations. We will see you at Nashville, everybody.
We will talk to you guys later.